What's going on, guys? Pegasus and the Wise Guys that I'm here with.
Sean.
And Sean played a very cool deck, and it was hilarious for me to watch, so I had to get it, bro. What's up, bro?
I know. Let's get in. Play 3 Ariana. It's Searcher. This is pretty much bread and butter. I don't think you ever go down on this. When you summon it, it lets you search any Labrynth card, add it to your hand. And then both of the level 4 monsters have the effect when a normal trap sends an opponent's monster from the field to anywhere, you get to draw a card and either summon a fiend from hand or set a spell trap.
Right.
So that's pretty good. Yeah, you run 3 of this. I played 1 Ariane. I would play.
So just getting the names right.
Ariana and then Ariane, yeah.
Okay. Just for the viewers at home.
Yeah, no, you're good. I would play more of this because when you play this, you get this. It's not on summon, but you send a trap that's either set or in your hand to grave, and it lets you summon a level 4 or lower fiend. You can run like Barrier Statue, which is kind of fun, but
the dark one?
Yeah, it's a fiend.
Oh,
yeah.
you sacky son of a bitch.
But it's dark and it's not great right now. Yeah. I would play this at 2 because you want extra names, and having this as a follow-up play for extra summons on different turns. Plus, it has the effect of they're both hard once per turns. So if you have both of them, it lets you draw more cards and it gives you more advantage. I'd play that at 2, but I only have the 1. I only play 1 of the boss monster. This card's ridiculous.
What does it do exactly?
So it your opponent cannot activate to your normal trap effects with monster effects. So it makes them spell speed 3. And then when a normal trap sends a monster, I get to either pop a card on the field, non-targeting, or pop a random card in their hand. And then another effect it has is I can target a trap in my grave and reset it, and I can activate it if I control Fiend. Also, this card's 2900, which for some reason is relevant over 2800 every fusion card in existence. I wouldn't play it at 2 because all of its effects are once per turn. I would. Next set, we're getting another boss monster. I'd probably play that at 2 because that card is ridiculous.
Right.
So I play a little weird lineup with the little guys. I play 3 Stovey. You want to see this every single game. This is probably one of the better cards in the deck. So if it's face up on the field or in your hand, you can send it and discard a card to set one of your Labrynth spell traps. Yeah, and then when a trap causes a monster to leave the field, you get to special summon this. This is relevant in link plays. It's relevant because 2000 defense is really good against 1400 attack monsters. Thank you, Sprite.
So it's just sitting there.
Yeah, it lets you link up. So having multiple copies of it doesn't suck either, but even if it is the once per turn effects, because it resummons itself from grave. So even if you have multiple in your hand, you can just discard them to their effects.
Right.
I play 1 Chandragalier. This is the worst one. He's okay, so he has the same effect where you can discard him in another card.
It's actually a chandelier.
Yeah,
my bad, bro. You play some whacked out funny stuff.
Oh man, look at this. You play Beauty and the Beast. So he sends himself in another card, just like Stovey does. But his effect is when a trap causes a card monster to leave the field, he adds back to hand. So he does become relevant when with Phoenix Wing Wind Blast, you can loop that and lock people into playing.
Oh, because you can play any normal trap.
Yeah. So I played 2 Backjack.
Well, there it is.
This card sucks. I don't like it at all.
You don't? Really?
No. So it requires you to normal summon it, and you never want to do that.
Besides like Dinomischus or something.
You are in deep trouble if this is your normal summon for turn.
Yeah.
It's really good with Archfiend's Ghastly Glitch, which just sends a fiend from deck. So it lets you play on your opponent's turn more because you can play the traps that you set with it with its effect.
That makes sense.
It's not great.
He's like, it's not.
It's
good,
really not. Hand traps. I play 2 Ash. Ash is kind of bad, but it's relevant. It stops most fusion decks, at least at certain choke points, so I figured running 2 was fine. I don't want to run 3 because you run into a problem of drawing a million of these, and it's not great against every matchup like it used to be.
Yeah.
Best hand trap in the whole game, BD Crow. I don't even have to talk about it. It beats everything. There's nothing. And then 3 Imperm. Imperm's really good because I can just reset this infinity times and have an infinite monster.
Oh, yes, you can. That's dumb. That's really dumb.
Actually, something that's really relevant is that it's also column negates. So if they activate their Meteonis Drytron in the wrong
Send
column,
all hate mail to Sean. Send all hate mail.
This card is insane. Yeah. You run imperm.
So that which one is the one that loops it over and over again?
The boss monster.
Oh, the big girl. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
it's kind of dumb.
I got you.
3 compulse just because you can. This is costless bounce. It activates all your effects. It's simple. It's actually really good.
And it can help you or hurt them, whichever you feel like you need.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, absolutely, yeah. Best card in the whole game. Wind Blast. It doesn't target for some reason.
Flexing with those.
Yeah, so you get to loop this with Chandragolier and reset it every turn with your boss monster.
Keep the collateral card up on the top of the action deck.
I did that. Yeah, so when you Wind Blast is insane. So if you can get the loop of this Wind Blast and the Chandelier, you have you can lock them into really bad cards that they don't ever want to draw, and force them into really shitty situations. It's a nice loop. It forces them to go out of their way to extend into your back row, which causes them to lose the game most of the time. So it's not like a permanent lock, but it's still pretty good. I played 2 Terrors of Overroot. This card is dumb. So most of the time when I'm playing this, I'm playing it for the Sprite matchup because you want to hit Rodentonin with this. It stops them in their tracks and it forces them to have extra cards or they can't play through their turn. So this targets a card on the field, sends it to the graveyard, and then sets a card from their graveyard, which could be anything. It's real stupid. So when they do Swap Frog, send Rodentonin and attempt to go further into that, you can just set the Rodentonin and they can't do anything. I mean, it's not
that we
relevant.
need, we don't need to worry about
It
that
ain't
anymore.
relevant anymore. But this was MVP.
Oh, wow.
Different dimension ground. This
it's like your shifter.
It's free shifter. I get to reset this every turn. So yeah, it's actually really stupid. They
Again, it's the boss. It's the boss.
Yeah, but she's really hard to get rid of because with my field spell, I can just summon all my fiends back from graveyard. This is MVP. Archfiend's Ghastly Glitch is how you play all your degenerate, stupid monsters in your sideboard.
Control a fiend monster. Target one card on the field, destroy it, then you can send one fiend monster from your deck to the grave. And I saw you do that.
Yeah.
But then I saw something else, and it's about to get really crazy. It's getting crazy. Again.
So main board, I send Backjack off of this because it lets me play more during their turn. So I don't just get blown out by random back row hate that people decide they're going to main board Lightning Storm. That deaf guy, I hate him. I played 2 Punishment. The Punishment's okay. I actually don't like this card that much because getting locked out of my extra deck kind of sucks. Yeah, but at the same time, I can play either or. This
is a powerful trap card with a really bad back effect that everybody forgets about.
Yeah, I know. And yeah, it's fine. Now, I'm talking about a card that beats everything. Ice Dragon's Prison is dumb. Everyone plays Eldritch for some reason. You pick their guy, you banish both of them, and they go to game 2. It's awesome.
He's like, I hate the deck.
The only thing this isn't great against is Tearlament, because for whatever reason, Rhinoheart is a warrior. It comes up. You can hit their Kick Kalos. You can hit Kick Kalos with this if you wait for them to send, which is fine. But banishing Kick Kalos is probably your really important choke point because that, I mean, when they send 8, you kind of lost the game right there.
Right.
Now for another card that's relevant. I would not play this at 3. I would take this out to run the other Ariana.
And this is like the central trap card.
Yeah, so this card, when you activate it, you can only activate once per turn. It locks you into summoning fiend monsters. But it summons a Labrynth monster from your deck, and then it has a secondary effect of if it's in your graveyard and wasn't sitting there that turn, you can reset it. So this is infinite value forever. I would never play 3 because there's like 60 ways to get this on your first turn.
And play more ways to get to it.
Yeah, and it's once per turn, so it falls under the problem of why you would never run 3 Ice Dragons Prisons or 3 Punishments.
Yeah.
If you draw a bunch of them, it feels terrible.
But Compulse or something, you can just do
right, yeah, I'm throwing Compulses at people all day. I don't care about that. But yeah, I would only play 2 of this. I don't think 3 is the right number. But I have 3 in here just until I can get the other area in. And now for probably one of the better cards in the deck is the Field Spell, which This sets up all of your combo plays. So this is probably...
it's coming, folks.
Yeah.
Let him explain this card to you, and then you'll understand why the hell we're really doing this profile, because it's crazy.
This says if you activate a normal trap that adds effects to it. So when you play your Welcome Labrynth, you get to pop a card on the field after the resolution. So that lets you activate all of your little monsters and extra things to like reset and resummon and re-add and such. But its other effect is when a non-Labrynth normal trap causes a monster to leave the field, you can special summon a fiend monster from your graveyard or from your hand.
Cheeky bastard.
Which is very relevant.
This cheeky bastard.
And then you play 3 Prosperities, best card in the game. Extravagance is much better in the first game because having extra cards is a lot nicer. But this lets you see your sideboard, which is incredibly important in this deck specifically because
you have to see
you have to see your sideboard pieces or you don't do anything. So Prosperity is your card. You want me to do extra deck?
Yeah, just extra deck.
All right. So I run Stardust Dragon. I run Stardust Dragon because I run Starlight Road. It's a normal trap negate that is very relevant against people that play Harpy's Feather Duster, Lightning Storm, Twin Twister. You know,
we see that a lot in our locals. Yeah,
the relevant outs to the deck.
Yeah.
I play Underworld Goddess. This is a fiend monster. This also outs cards that I can't deal with. Wow. Like Sprite Elf, hate it. But yeah, this card's insane. So you eat their elf and force them not be able to activate any effects. It's pretty stupid. Also, unaffected by cards that target for some reason, which doesn't make a lot of sense, but alright, sure, I'll take it. Unchained Abomination, if you ever make this card and sit on your board, you auto-win the game. It pops cards, and at end phase it pops cards. So, what's funny is when people play Mystic Mine, and they don't realize that I'm playing a really bad trap deck too, I get to play this and sit on the one monster and just pop their board forever. And it's 3,000. And it's not hard to summon at all.
And he's like, I just naturally
and it's also a
deck.
Fiend, so when you get Fiend locked, this is really good. I play Nightmare Package.
Fiend.
These are also Fiends.
And another Fiend.
Yeah. These are good. They go up. It's okay.
There's Fiend protection in the cards themselves.
That's
crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. Yeah, this comes up in the matchups that people play Mystic Mine. I was playing Mystic Mine, took it out because you don't need it. You just wait for people to play it and you break their board and then they get really mad. I play a Dark Charmer. Dark Charmer's, it's okay. It doesn't feel great in this deck because if you don't start with Ariane to send one to search this, to play this turn 1, it doesn't feel incredible, but it does come up because all the Eldritch players play Lord of Heavenly Prison, and when I out that and I get to play their 3,000 monster for free, it's really good. I played Almirage. I actually will cut this for a Baron de Fleur. This card is... I thought it was good at first. It doesn't come up as much as Link Karibo does, which is the other Link one I play. If I'm stuck on Backjack, I have to have a way out, and Link Karibo's the best one for sure. But yeah, Almirage would be Baron. I play 5-Headed Dragon. That's a Dogmatic of Punishment Send. Also, when Bisted comes out, I get to Super Poly into this, and they're going to... I can't wait, baby. Play 2 Natis. Punishment card. Broken. It's dumb. This card plays double duty in this deck as Punishment and Super Poly. This card is stupid. This card should have never been printed. Absolutely not. It's so dumb. And then Drinker Sepelia, Mud Dragon, and I played Baguska. I had it in because it's a Fiend, and it just sits in defense and skill drains for 3 turns, which is okay. I would play Dweller over this. Dweller is much better. If I have the second copy of the Ariane, it lets me play Dweller a lot easier, and Dweller is an auto scoop versus a lot of decks. They just can't.
And if they find behind that with a trap.
You play
deck.
Dweller, you set 5. They're like, yeah, game 2, I guess. Yeah, it's real ignorant.
And it's easy to get. It's easy to climb up. I got you.
Yeah.
Let's see the craziest part is. This is where the nutcase stuff is. We apologize in advance. Viewer discretion is advised. You have been warned. No.
All right. 2 Lava Golem. Fiend that doesn't matter.
Why is everything a fiend?
I don't know. This board breaker, that's the most important part. The worst matchup is Sprite, like I've been saying. This eats the board and lets you play through it.
You consider 3 then probably. Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know if I would play 3 per se because I don't want to brick into a bunch of these.
Yeah.
But it's insane, so I could see there's a.
You already snuck the science back there, bro. We saw it. We saw it.
All right.
All right.
So
we're gonna sit here and suspense.
Here's my super secret special tech. I play End of Anubis. This beats every single deck ever. They can't do anything about it, and I get to special summon this for free. So yeah, it's insanely broken. This says cards.
One of my favorite cards ever.
Yeah, it says cards in graveyards cannot be targeted and their effects cannot be activated. So you play this versus every matchup and they can't do anything. 2,500 body, you just beat them to death. Yeah. This wins.
Why is everyone a fiend?
When they asked me to read what this card does, I already knew I won that game, and it's the best feeling ever. I play Spell Canceller. I was playing, what's his name?
Okay. Spell Canceller's not a fiend. That's good.
Listen, he was a fiend. I'm trying to think of his name. Invader of Darkness.
But that's dumb because you're playing a trap deck and you just float him out there and be like, oh.
Yeah, this doesn't do anything to me. I could not care less about Spell Canceller. I was playing Invader of Darkness, which is a fiend that says your opponent cannot play quick play spells. This is better because I don't want to hit branded fusion cards.
True.
It's obnoxious. They're really annoying. Yeah. Red Resonator. This card is broken in time. This card also I would play because
he's a fiend.
He's a fiend. He's also a tuner.
Oh.
So I can pop a card, play this guy with my field spell, summon Stovey, and if I have a level 4, I can go into Stardust. But better than that is I can play my level 8 guy, play this, and go into Baron, and then resummon a level 8 guy and sit on Baron in that plus random back row. It's really good. This card also gains you 3,000 every time you play it. So that's fun. Play third copy.
It really does there. That's crazy.
It's really stupid.
That's crazy.
I play the third Crow. It comes up a lot. The third ground, different dimension ground.
That's the dumbest part of your deck to me. It's just like, I can just
It's pretty neat.
Until they die.
Yeah, literally. 2 Starlight Roads. This is you side this in. Everyone plays back row hate in their sideboard. No more red reboot, so I get to do this for free forever.
Thanks, Konami.
Yeah, thank you a lot.
What you doing?
Solemn Judgment. It's my out to
massive stuff that's not reboot anymore.
Yeah, so if they're playing cards that I can't out with most of my traps and deck that I know that I need to have outs for, this was mostly for reboot. Getting rebooted sucked, but flipping Solemn Judgment on reboot was a great feeling. I play this card because it sucks. And then last cards are 3 Super Polys because if you don't play this, you're bad. That's just how it is.
Well, bro, we appreciate you taking them to the Labrynth. And we'll see you next time, bro. Send all your hate mail to show.